cookie recipe like this one and realize maybe you don't have any butter or salt, and maybe you've wondered, do you really need that ingredient? I know I've wondered this plenty of times, so I decided to do an experiment leaving out each of the ingredients that you see here. And today I'm going to share with you my discoveries and what I learned about cookies and the chemistry of cookies from my research and my experiment. Next slide. And I want you guys to participate in the fun too. So up here I have 4 boxes of cookies, and there's 4 different types. One without leavening agent, one without egg, one without butter, and one that's normal. I want each of you to come up and pick one from any of the boxes. You don't have to taste it, but then you can try and guess which one it is. And I will ask you at the end of my presentation.
Wait, I actually need to.
Or you don't have to try one if you don't want to. So today I'm going to be going over all of these and the rules for my experiment. So, next slide.
It's okay.
Next slide. So, the first possible missing ingredient is the leavening agent. According to Britannica.com, a leavening agent is a substance causing the expansion of doughs and batters by the release of gases. Now, in cookies, this is normally baking soda, as shown by the picture. Now, however, baking soda requires an acid to start producing these gases inside a cookie. So up here, I have a little demonstration. Here I have some baking soda in this, and here I have vinegar, an acid. As soon as the baking soda touches the acid, it starts to bubble up. Now you can see that in a cookie, the same things happen. The baking soda touches the acid in the cookie, and it starts to bubble up, making the cookie light and flaky, according to NPR.org. Next slide. Another missing ingredient I tested was egg. Now, egg is a very important ingredient chemically for one reason, namely structure. Now, an egg contains amino acids or proteins that when heated, they form a solid structure. So in an uncooked egg, the proteins are coiled up in little balls like this, as shown in the picture. However, when it heats up, the proteins untangle and come back together into a solid structure. Next slide. The last missing ingredient I tested was butter. Now, butter has one very unique property. According to TED.com, butter is an emulsion, which is water and fat combined. As shown by this picture, represented the blue dots are water and the orange dots are fat. Now, when the oven starts to heat up, when the fat melts, the cookie dough starts to spread out and become transformed from the balls of cookie dough into a flat cookie. Now, but then when the water heats up, the water evaporates and turns to steam, and this causes the dough to rise, as shown in this picture here, as the steam pockets expand in the cookie. Next slide. So, now, what did you guys think? Raise your hand if you think your cookie was missing a leavening agent. Raise your hand if you think your cookie was missing egg. Raise your hand if you think your cookie was missing butter. Raise your hand if you think your cookie was normal. Okay, next slide. So if your cookie was from the clear bin, it was normal. However, if your cookie was from the blue bin, you had no leavening agent. This is shown by this picture up here, and you can see the results of my experiment. Now, I expected this cookie to be very dense and to not be light and flaky because there was no air bubbles. And this exactly happened. The cookies were very dense because the leavening agent wasn't producing any bubbles. Now, this was a different story with the butter, as you can see up here. If you took a cookie from the gray bin, it had no butter. I expected that there would be just no change in state, that it would just look like a cookie dough ball, because there would be no spread and no rise, but I thought it would still taste normal. However, and you can see that this happened. In the background, those cookies look about roughly the size of a cookie dough ball. However, what happened was more, on the outside, it was very, very hard, while the inside was very soft and doughy. My hypothesis for why this happened is that because the cookie dough wasn't moving around, or it wasn't spreading or rising, that the cookie was overbaked, and that it wasn't evenly cooked, and the outside was very hard, while the inside was very soft. Then, if you got a cookie from the red bin, you were missing egg. Now, I expected expected, because egg is in charge of structure, I expected this cookie to have no structure at all, and for the batter to just spread out over the entire pan. This obviously didn't happen. As you can see here, it looked to spread at a normal rate. However, I believe my hypothesis for why this happened is that because the fat makes it spread because it's very moist and wet. And egg, if you've ever touched an uncooked egg, it is very, very moist. And so the structure, it stops spreading because of little moisture. Next slide. So in conclusion, many ingredients go into making a cookie what it is. And from the leavening agent to the egg, and next time you look at a recipe and wonder, do I really need this ingredient? You can say with surety, yes. Yes, you do. Thank you.